Here are the materials we are going to be using for this project. First, this is light marco, or you call it marco 2mm. So there are about 5 pairs of this. So you need about 5 pairs, and they have to cut it straight this way. Then this is for the outsole, and this is Nora. This is 6mm Nora. You can see how it is, right? So we are using it for the outsole. 2 pairs. That's what I have here. Then this particular one is marco 6mm, or you call it foreign marco. It will be used to form the insole. Marco 6mm for the insole. Then this is the welt we are going to be using for this project, the normal welt, 1 pair. This is the leather we are going to use for this project. We want it to be 1 color all through. So I have about 4 pairs of leather right here. We are going to be using it from the insole to the pattern formation and to the belt formation. Okay, so here we go. This is the crest, or you call it fancy, that we are going to install at the end. Let's mark out the insole. We place the templates. This template I'm using now. To get your template is quite simple. You can use any of your palms and mark out the templates on a carton, then transfer the templates on your material. That's how you can get your template. So you can see how I'm drawing it. After drawing the first one, I have to flip it over to draw the second one. That is to get my right leg after getting the left leg. Just follow the same process. Having done that, I need to cut it out after labeling it, the right and the left. Then I will proceed to cut it on the line. And immediately we are done cutting it, we need to apply another gum on the edges. That gum will be suitable for joining both of them together, okay? Closing both of them together. Why are we closing both of them together? Because we want to file their edges. We want to smoothen the edges. And for that reason, we have to bring them together for uniformity. After applying gum, you leave it to dry for 3 minutes. It won't exceed 3 minutes. If it over dries, it will not stick. We leave it to dry for 3 minutes. Take note of that. And after that, we bring them together and close them. Okay, we start from the back area. We place it properly. Okay, you see the way I'm relaxing it. And after that, you proceed and sandpaper the edges. As soon as we are done sandpapering the edges, we need to find an object and separate both of them again. After separating them, we need to fold them. That is the next stage after the separation. And for us to fold it, we need to first apply gum on the surface of the leather and on the surface of the insole. Let's first mark out the place the insole is going to stay. We have identified the area we want to place an insole. Remember, I'm using 4 pairs of leather, so I'm not marking it on the middle. See where I'm marking my pattern from, because I'm going to be using the remaining space to form other projects. So I mark the area where I'm going to be applying the gum. Then apply gum on the selected area of the leather, and also apply gum on the insole as well. Right after applying the gum on the leather and on the insole, we bring them back and place it inside the sketch. Okay, have to place it back on this area after allowing it to dry for about 4 minutes. So we start with the first leg, place it right at the place where we marked for it. Then we do the same for the second leg. Remember, you're placing it inside that line. And also remember that you are going to be leaving a little space around the insole. That space will be needed for the folding, and that's the essence of this gap I gave between the first leg and the second leg. Then as you are cutting, also reserve some space when you are cutting. The space should be around 1 inch around the edge of the insole. See what I'm doing, right? You see the space I'm remaining. I'm not cutting it very close to the insole. I'm leaving out some space for the folding. We do the same for the second leg. As soon as we are done cutting it out, we need to proceed to the next stage of applying gum on this leather and on the insole. Then we apply gum right here, okay? And also apply gum right here and on the insole for the folding. You get. After allowing it to dry, we bring it and start relaxing it on the edge. So follow the process. The first part of this folding is for us to stand the leather close to the edge. Remember, when you're applying gum, you have to also apply on the edge of this insole. So we make it stand up. That's the first stage. If you follow this process, it will be much easier for you when folding, and it will prevent a lot of rumples or creases. Then as soon as we are done raising them up, we now proceed to fold it towards a particular direction. Okay, if I'm moving left, you see the way I'm moving towards a direction, and anywhere I encounter tension, I'll use my scissors to remove the tension. See the direction, I'm using one direction, so I need to remove this tension. Slash it a little bit and then relax it. And then fold it towards a particular direction. This is very important. We are done with the first part. Later we are going to tap our hammer and then use our rag to make it flushed. We do the same for the second leg. We raise it up first. After raising it up, we move to the second part of relaxing it towards a direction. See how I'm shifting it to the left. Then use your scissors to slash the tension. Then fold it towards a particular direction. scissors is just to remove the tension as well. Then as soon as we're done with this process, we need to tap our hammer and remove the creases. So, and today I'm going to be handing over to you 4 actionable strategies you can use to sell more of your products, as I mentioned in my book titled The 7 Secret Sins of Newbie Shoemaker. Number 1, you don't create a limited design. Yes. Number 2, you don't create an offer of free delivery. Number 3, you don't do bundle pricing. This is very serious. Number 4, you don't do priority production. It simply implies that there are customers who prioritize convenience and fast delivery. You can capitalize on that fast delivery they need. Let's say they need that particular footwear in 4 days time or in 3 days time. You can charge extra fee in that particular offer to deliver it within 2 days, within 48 hours or 72 hours, and get your payment. If you have gotten value from this entire video so far, simply get my new book titled 7 Secret Sins of a Newbie Shoemaker, Avoidable Mistake That Keeps Shoemakers Broke All the Time. In that book, you discover more secrets that will open your eyes and see some of the mistakes you have been making. By the time you adjust yourself and correct those mistakes, you can be able to make more profits in the long term. Then on our Mako, that is Mako 2mm, we need to prepare the length of the belt with the same length of this welt. So first we start by marking the area we are going to be needing for this project. And so the width should be 1 inch. Okay, the width should be 1 inch. So we are going to measure 1 inch away from the edges. We are going to mark it into 6 different places. Why are we marking it into 6 different places? This is a long mark, okay, and we want to form a belt. If we use only one line to mark, we are going to make mistake, and that is why we are marking it into 6 places, that is dotting it into 6 places. And after dotting it, we can now use our ruler to connect those dots to form a straight line, and that is why we are marking it. And the length of this should be 28 inches long. 28 inches long. That is the length of the belt we are going to be using, which is also the same length with the welt. So we connect all the dots. That's what we are doing right now. Place it and start connecting those dots gradually. Then as soon as we are done with that, we measure another 1 inch away from this line. So we place it closer to the line and mark another 1 inch, the same way we dotted the first one. So we dot it into 6 different places. And as soon as we are done, we connect the entire dots as usual. Connecting the entire dots, we have to cut it and set it aside. Now we also need to do the same on our leather. The length of this material should be the same length with the belt we have cut on the Mako 2mm, and the width is 2.5 inches. So you mark 2.5 inches into 6 places the same way we marked it on the Mako 2mm. So we mark 2.5 inches in different places, and then we connect the dots as usual. And after connecting it, we need to mark another 2.5 inches away from the first line, because we want to have 2 straps for this belt formation. So you mark 2.5 inches into 6 different places, and after marking the dots, you then use your ruler and connect the entire dot. Then, after drawing the first line, we go ahead and draw the second line. And as soon as we are done drawing the second line, we go ahead and cut it into shape. We are done cutting all of them. Then we have to arrange them properly and apply gum here, okay, and also apply gum on the other parts, and after which we start relaxing them. We are going to apply gum only on one lane of this strap, and also only on one side of this Mako 2mm. First we apply gum there, then after applying gum, we allow it to dry for 3 minutes and relax it before we apply on the other lane. Just watch what I'm going to do here. At this point, we are done applying gum, so we relax it quietly and carefully on one lane. Then after relaxing it, that is for the first belt, we do the same for the second belt. We relax it quietly on that particular lane on the strap. Then, as soon as we are done relaxing it on this particular strap, we can also go ahead and then apply gum on these particular remaining parts of the Mako 2mm. Remember, we are going to fold it to form a belt. So after applying gum on the remaining area, we then pick it from this particular edge right now. You can see what I'm doing, and then bend it over towards the other part. You have to be extremely careful at this point so that you don't form creases around the edges. So you take your time and fold it gently. And when we are done forming the belt for the right leg, we can also go ahead form the next one for the left leg. Then once you are done with that, we do the same for the other leg, and then after folding it, we can now rub our rag on the entire surface for us to have a flushed finishing. After that, we proceed towards the next stage. Now we need to mark it with our tape. So we have to measure out 0.7 inches from the edge. So you mark it 0.7 inch. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so you measure it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then pinpoint on this particular area, and you measure it into 6 places as usual, so that the line will be straight. Remember, 0.7 inches. Then after marking it out across those parts, we place our ruler there and connect all the dots, and after which we can now cut it from the line we have marked out. When you are done cutting it, we have to bring it out and then place it on the second part for us to get the same size. So you place it on top of the other belt and then mark the line from beginning to the end. Make sure everything is aligning properly. Then you take your line from the top down. When you are done getting the same measurement for the second belt, you follow the line and cut it on the straight line. So we grab our scissors and then we cut it from the line. And after we are done cutting it, you can see what we have here. So our 2 belts are ready. Let's proceed to the next stage. We are going to form our insole pots, and we're using Mako 2mm, and we are going to sandpaper it using our hand sandpaper. So we brush it very well. The reason why we are brushing it is to ensure a proper bonding. We brush it front and back. Then as soon as we are done brushing it, we need to bring our insoles and mark a line using the insoles. We are going to place it properly and mark the line. And as soon as we are done marking the line, we have to ensure the space that will be on the 4 corners of the insole, that is the space you will reserve for the welting here. Okay, that space is very necessary, and on the top and by the sides, you see that space I reserved over here. They are very, very important. Then you take your marking, you repeat the same thing for the second one. Ensure you reserve the space for the welting. Remember, we are going to welt 2 times. One is the belt and the second one is the normal welt. As soon as we are done, we are going to apply gum on the out sketch. You see where I'm applying the gum. As soon as we are done applying the gum, we allow it to dry for 3 minutes. Then we also bring the insole and apply the gum under the insole as well. That is on the edge of the insole. You apply gum on both of them as well. Then immediately we are done applying gum, we set it aside to dry for 3 minutes. And we bring our belts and apply gum on the edge of our belts. Then after applying for the first belt, we have to do the same for the second belt. Then we allow it to dry for 4 minutes. We set it aside, and after that we bring them back for welting. At this point the gum is set, so we place the insole back on the line we sketched before. Make sure everything fits in properly in the line and not outside the line. Maintain the spaces you reserved for the welting. Then we bring back our belt and we start trimming it, and after trimming it off we begin the welting. Now watch me closely and see where I'm starting the welting. I'm starting it from the inside. You see the place I'm starting, not from the outside. The reason why we are doing it like this is because the joint is connected on the inside, and so it will not be easily identified when people start wearing it. So for that very reason we are bringing it inside, so that it will not be visible to everybody. That is the essence, and it will also make the work to look more presentable and neat. Then you take your time and press it against the insole and also against the Marco 2mm. You take your time, you don't have to rush it. Make sure everything is fitting in properly, and then you move forward to welt it properly. Then we proceed to the next one and do the welting for the second leg. Remember where we are starting, from the inside, and make sure you trim off these edges so it will be smooth and straight. And if you're getting value already, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to ask your questions in the comment section. Right after welting the belt, we need to proceed and trim off these excess parts. So you see this excess part, we need to trim it off first. We use our cutter to slash it a little bit so that our scissors can go in. Then after slashing it a little bit, we bring it up and then cut it with our scissors. It's very simple. We repeat the same process on the second part. Then you repeat it, you slash it so that your scissors can enter, and then you cut it from that line, and then you join it back edge to edge. You can see what we have here. So let's proceed to the next stage of applying gum on our welts. So we bring our welts and then use our masking tape to secure both of them in position. This is very necessary, especially if you have multiple orders. You can use it to secure like 10 different welts at a time. Then you now proceed and scratch the surface as usual using your sandpaper for proper bonding. Then you proceed and apply gum on the areas you have scratched. Remember, the gum we are using here is adhesive, the chemical gum, and that is what we are using for the entire project. Then we set it aside to dry for about 3 minutes, and after which we come back again to welt it. Now we need to cut off this area, okay? Need to cut it off to make both of them equal. Then after achieving the uniformity that is necessary, we separate it and start our welting. Now as you are welting, take note of this please. You are not welting from this area. Instead, you have to give a little bit space, like half of an inch space down before you start welting. As soon as we are done with the first one, we repeat the same process for the second leg. So remember where we are starting the welting from, away from the joint of our belt. It's very important. Then you take your time and press it down on the Mako 2mm. Remember, what you are using to form the pot is Mako 2mm. Then as soon as you are done, we separate it and then trim the edges very well. We do the same for the second leg. The next stage is for us to use our scissors to press it down. As you can see, hammer cannot be able to hit it properly. So we press it down using the scissors. And after that, you can see that our pot is ready. In the next video, we are going to be forming the outsole for our insole pot. You can see the pot we have right here. Alright, let's add outsole to this. Okay, so first we brush this place with our sandpaper. We are brushing it for proper bonding. We are creating a friction that will enable a stronger bonding. This is very necessary. So we brush the entire edges of this pot we have created. That is the insole pot we have created. Okay, so then we also brush the Nora we are going to be using. This is Nora 6mm. Just a quick description. This type of Nora is not too flat, it's not too large. That is the breadth. So even if you don't find this type of Nora, you can always use any Nora at your disposal. As soon as we are done scratching it, we apply gum on the surface, allow it to dry, and then we stick it properly. You can see we have applied gum on the entire surface of the insole pot and also on the Nora. So we are going to stick it to the Nora. That is the Nora we are going to be using as the outsole. So we press it down properly, make sure everything bonded very well. We do the same for the right leg. We press it, apply pressure for it to stick properly, especially on the edges. As soon as we are done, we cut it out. Then we use our knife cutter to separate it. After separating it, we can go a step further to trim it properly. So watch me as I trim it properly. You see the way I am holding it. For safety reasons, if you are holding this cutter, you have to be extremely careful because it's very sharp. So you see the way I'm cutting it. You can take your time. You must not be fast as me. Just take your time and cut it gently. At this point, we are done trimming off the excesses. We are going to proceed to the next stage. You can see what we have here. We have trimmed them. The next stage is for us to cut a little strap. The length of this strap should be 4 inches and the width will be 1 inch. And we are going to use that strap to cover these gaps we have at the belt joint. So you drop your glue. You can see I'm bringing it a little bit closer so you can see clearly what I'm doing right here. You drop your glue over there. You drop enough one and then you pick your strap. Remember the length is 4 inches and the width is 1 inch. Then you press it and relax it and then bend it over to the other one. But before that, you trim off the straps according to the size or the length of the place where it's going to be relaxing. And after which you can now drop a little glue on the other side. You have to be careful at this point. You can choose to remove the insole bed inside the insole pot before doing this, or you can choose to do it the same way I'm doing it right now. You can remove it to avoid the glue splashing. Then use your scissors and trim off the excesses you have there. We'll repeat the same process for the second part. We pick our straps, 4 inches length, 1 inch width. Then we drop our glue first from the outside. And after dropping the glue over there, we can now bring the strap and relax it. Press it down and then drop the glue over the other side and relax it as well. It's very simple. Immediately we are done with this particular stage, we need to go a step further to bring out the insole. And watch the way I'm going to be bringing this insole. I will place my scissors right there and then lift it up and use my hand to drag it gently. You have to apply a little pressure here. Then after dragging it out, we carry our hammer to hit the entire insole. The reason behind this is that we want to ensure the insole port is relaxing comfortably and strongly on the outsole. And after we are done hitting it, we need to proceed and file the entire edge with the filing machine. And after filing it, your work will be ready. Now in the next video, we are going to be forming the pattern.
Alright, we are done cutting the upper. So we cut 4 straps right here. Okay, 2 inches width and from top to bottom 10 inches length. So we are going to apply gum on these straps and also apply gum on this leather, which will serve as the inner. Apply gum here, that is at the back, here, 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 and on the strap. Let's proceed. At this point, I'm done applying gum on the inner and on the outer, so I'm going to align them carefully on the inner. The inner is the leather that will stay beneath the strap, okay? And remember the length of this strap, 10 inches long, and the width is 2 inches. Then we take our time and relax them comfortably. You have to be careful so that you don't develop creases or rumples on the leather. As soon as you're done aligning them properly on the inner, you grab your hammer and hit on the edges of this particular strap. You do the same for all the straps, for 4 of them.
And immediately we are done, we have to cut them out into pattern. Make sure you are cutting it properly. At this point, we are done cutting them out. The next stage after this is for us to sew the edges. At this moment, we are done sewing the edges. You can see how I run my sewing around their edges, right? So I have to trim off the wools. Then after that, we need to proceed and do our gumming process, the gum that will be needed for the lasting. So first, we bring our insole, use our rubber band to secure them in position on the last. At the back, we secure it with rubber band. Then towards the middle,
or towards the front part, we use our tacking nail and hold it there. The essence of this is to ensure firmness when lasting, because if you are lasting and it ends up shifting, one leg will be different from the other, or your customer will complain that one leg is tight and the other one is not tight, so it will be one chamfer. That is the essence of this. At this point, we are done. The next stage is for us to apply gum right at the sections where the strap will be relaxing, and we're also going to be applying gum on the straps as well. We are done with the second leg. We need to proceed and apply the gum 1 inch away on the straps. Okay, 1 inch away, that is from this point down to the edge. You do it for 4 of them. After applying gum on these straps and on the insole for lasting, we set it aside for 5 to 10 minutes for them to dry properly. And as soon as they are done drying, when they are set, we can now proceed to do our lasting proper. At this point, the gum is set. Let's start with the first leg. We bring the first strap and position them where they should be. And as you are lasting, also remember the in and the out is very, very important. The strap that will stay in and the strap that will stay outside. Everything depends on your customer's preference. You see this hole right here? We need to drag it inside. I learned this from experience. Okay, you drag it inside to close that gap there. Most customers don't like it, and in fact, when I started making shoes far back in 2020, I made a lot of these mistakes and my customers kept complaining. But as soon as I corrected that mistakes, they stopped complaining. So that is the essence of making that place closed. You can see I'm closing that gap. Very, very important. See how I'm twisting it. I'll carry it and I'll twist it to close that hole, and you can see they have aligned properly. Then we trim off the excess parts and also cut the creases in the front. Cut off the first crease and then cut off the second crease. Then after that, you use your fingers to relax them comfortably. We proceed to the second one. Now we are going to match both of them together. Use our silver pen and mark the areas for the second one from the first one. You can see how I'm doing it. I'm marking where they are facing, that is opposite of the one I have lasted. That is what I'm going to be marking on the other leg. So I'll place my pen very well to make sure that I'm getting the right dimension. Then I will connect the dots so that I will not last outside that line. I will turn to the other side and do the same. Watch me carefully. I mark the first line following the first one I have lasted, mark the second one, then I'll come here, measure it well, mark the third one, then I will also mark the fourth one. Then as soon as we are done with this part, we grab our straps, see, and place it over here. Make sure the strap will close that area we've marked. We grab our straps, we place it here, right at that point we have marked. We bring it to the other line. Then we relax it very well. You see that gap, see this hole now, see this gap is not necessary. So I have to grab it, open it a little bit and then twist it. Twist it properly and make it stick on the insole. We have closed the gap, we proceed with the second strap. Remember the line we have marked. Follow that same line. That will make for a uniform walk. Then we follow the second line. You see this line right here? Let me highlight it so that you can see. Remember, place it right there. Then after placing it over there, we grab our scissors and cut off the excesses as well as the creases that are left behind. You can see both of them are equal. Now a few corrections. Remember the in and the out. So this one is the out. The out will stay on top of the in. Okay, this is the out which will stay on top of the in. This is the in, this is the in, and this is the in, this is the in. The in will stay under the out. You can see the in from here to here, and from here to here is the out. From here to here is the in, from here to here is the out. So take note of that. So we need to file it out, and after filing it out, you see the areas I filed out. After filing it out, we hold it this way. You see the way I'm holding it? You hold it that way. That will prevent gum from staining your work. Then after which you apply gum on the back, especially the areas you have filed out. We file that place out because we want it to bond properly. Then after which we proceed and apply gum on the insole. You can see I apply gum evenly. We do the same for the next one. At this point the gum have dried for about 5 minutes and we bring it back to relax it. So you start from the back before you now push the front part inside. You use your hand to press the rest inside. Then we do the same for the second leg. you start the coupling from the back. Place it properly at the back, use your fingers and press it down, and then you come over to the front and fix it inside. You can see what we have here. So let's proceed and put our last inside. As soon as you are done placing your last inside, you make sure it's fitting properly, and after that you grab your hammer and tap it on top of that sole. Then at this point the work is ready to deliver. You can see what we have here. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in some of the next workshops. Cheers.
And today I'm going to be handing over to you 4 actionable strategies you can use to sell more of your products, as I mentioned in my book titled The 7 Secret Sins of Newbie Shoemaker. Number 1, you don't create a limited design. Yes. Number 2, you don't create an offer of free delivery. Number 3, you don't do bundle pricing. This is very serious. Number 4, you don't do priority production. It simply implies that there are customers who prioritize convenience and fast delivery. You can capitalize on that fast delivery they need. Let's say they need that particular footwear in 4 days time or in 3 days time. You can charge extra fee in that particular offer to deliver it within 2 days, within 48 hours or 72 hours, and get your payment. If you have gotten value from this entire video so far, simply get my new book titled 7 Secret Sins of a Newbie Shoemaker, Avoidable Mistake That Keeps Shoemakers Broke All the Time. In that book, you discover more secrets that will open your eyes and see some of the mistakes you have been making. By the time you adjust yourself and correct those mistakes, you can be able to make more profits in the long term.